Gibbs describes herself as a designer of luxurious, one-of-a-kind gowns worn by exceptional women who breathe life into her craft. Truer words were never written.
Hello Insider SA, my name is Biji Gibbs from Biji Couture. I'm a couture designer. Welcome to my studio. When I was a little girl, I loved my Barbie dolls. So that was my form of escapism. My parents at the time couldn't afford to buy Barbie doll clothes, and my sister had a sewing machine, so I used to spend a little bit of time sort of trying out making clothes for my Barbie dolls. And then later on, in high school, we did a gardens project. We ended up having to design a school uniform, and that was the beginning of the seed that sort of grew from there.
A talent who listens rather than lectures her clients about style, her formula soon proved a hit.
I do really like to stay original as far as possible with whatever it is that I'm creating. So when somebody comes in to see me regarding a dress, I do like to get those seed inspiration pictures, because you're meeting this person for the first time, so you don't really know anything about their personality or what they like, what they don't like. And then generally speaking, I encourage people to carry on talking to me whilst I'm sketching. I kind of tell them, look, forget that I'm here. I'm just going to let my hand run, see where we go with the design, and then we take it from there. This is the all-important heart and soul of the business. Once all the decisions are made, we come up to the cutting room, and then once we've selected the pattern we're going to be using, we're going to be adapting that, laying the fabric onto the table, pin everything, and start cutting. This is where the sewing room is. So to prepare first fittings, we would be using these different machines. Then if there's going to be any beadwork or anything along those lines, decorative work, this is the area where we end up doing the beadwork or doing a lot of the preparation work. Candace at the moment is busy preparing, making some strands along these lines. And the idea is that that is preparation for doing this kind of work here.
Among those the studio has dressed are Miss Universe, Catriona Gray, Tando Tabete, and on many occasions, Queen Bee.
This is a selection of all the dresses that we do have available for weddings. And then for this section, we have a lot of dresses that have actually in the past been worn by some well-known celebrities. So here I have Bonang's 31st birthday dress. Seeing as Bonang loves champagne, I made a suggestion to her that we created a dress that was fitted like a flute glass of champagne with the bubbles sort of rising to the top, and that's the end result. This was an outfit that Shudu ended up wearing for the photo shoot of a magazine cover when she was posing with Basitsana, which looked really, really stunning on her. They were looking for something in pinks because the whole theme was pinks, and that looked really beautiful on her.
One of Biji's and our most proudly South African moments was when Zozi Bini Tunzi stepped out in this number.
In 2019, after Zozi won the Miss South Africa crown, she participated in the Miss Universe pageant. The Miss South Africa organization approached me about designing her gowns. So her crowning gown was this dress that we designed and beaded for her. So when we designed this, the idea was that we wanted to actually represent the sun rising on the East Coast in the Cape. So with her having been born in the Cape, the blue on the dress represents the color of the ocean, and then as it comes through to the golds and the bronze color represents the sand of the beaches and of the earth, and then the silver represents the color of the heavens and the skies.
The clincher was that black and white tribute to Zozi's Xhosa culture, which took 800 hours of hand beading by the designer's own family.
I've worn Biji so many times. So she made my prelim dress for Miss Universe, she made my final dress for Miss Universe, and we have such an absolute working relationship. It's amazing. She gets me, she gets my style, my body type and everything, and that's why I just decided to go with her throughout my whole competition. My Miss Universe final gown was a Xhosa-inspired bead dress with some Ndebele princes there as well. So I really wanted it to represent me, a little bit of my culture, but also make it fashion as well. And I had my mom's head wrap with the dress as well, which I thought was a very special element to go in there. I was very specific with the brief. I knew what I wanted from the onset because I'm just this proud, South African Xhosa girl, and I really wanted to bring it to the stage. We've never had anyone with a doek on stage before, so I was like, this is, the right time to do that. And so I'm very, very proud of the look that, Biji and I were able to put together. And, not only did I love it, apparently the world loved it as well.
Even the private bridal or evening dresses, which the greater public never see, get the same level of consideration.
The idea behind this dress is to create something, part of the collection, which is a lot more understated and classic. So we've gone for a very sort of simple silhouette with a beautiful accent detailing with crystals and pearls. So that adds like an element of glam, but it still keeps the dress understated, but it's got a huge amount of impact. The feather cape would add such an amazing dramatic element for a red carpet entrance because it changes the silhouette, so there's this drama around the face and around the shoulders, and yet at the same time it allows for the waist to show off beautifully, and the shape of the body flowing into the train just looks amazing. This dress is pretty much a little bit near and dear to my heart in that I love fringing, I love sparkly, all that sort of thing. I love doing custom embroidery and beading. So the idea behind this is 1920s glamour vibe, a bit of an Art Nouveau kind of inspired design, which then basically is accented by the silver and by the blue crystals and hot fix diamante that we applied on the dress.
Biji has such a unique design, and I love that because as you see, she poured her heart and her soul into the design, and that's why I think every single of her design is a masterpiece.
I like to create timeless pieces, so whatever it is that I do create, I want those garments to have legs later on in years. So I want people to be able to look back at garments that they've bought from mine 10 years ago, 20 years ago, and kind of go, I'd really like to wear that again.
It may be only one woman wearing Biji's originals at a time, but those women represent the very best of a nation.
Get more of the Insider Essay online. Follow, connect, engage, and be inspired to live better with the Insider Essay. Watch the show Monday evenings at 6. Repeat Saturday at 1 on S3.